Okay, Wes, I see we want to talk a little bit about what a rehearsal is in Veritas Resiliency Platform. What can you tell us?
Yes, we do. All right. So Veritas Resiliency Platform, of course, our orchestration tool for disaster recovery. We can do local workload management, startups, shutdowns at one data center. We can do migrations where we're basically shutting down at one data center, starting up at another data center, and handling the replication between. We can do takeover operations, which is basically one data center goes down and you need to take over services on the other data center, and so we run the takeover piece. Well, one of the other things you can do in this environment is a rehearsal. So a rehearsal is basically creating a test environment or test configuration of your virtual machines or your applications, bringing them online at the other site from where you're running your production for testing purposes. And then we can run a cleanup operation afterwards that reverses everything. So this is all based on snapshots when we're dealing with virtual machines in the applications. And it's dealing with fire drill service groups when we're dealing with our global cluster environment. So this is all initiated through VRP, through our user interface, one-click operations. And so this piece right here that I have Hyper-V servers and our replication, I'm doing software replication here with Hyper-V Replica. Essentially what happens is we'll have virtual machines here at my New York data center that would be in an online state. And then we're going to kick off a rehearsal which will happen at the other data center. So this will be my Paris site. These virtual machines that are the same ones as here are in an offline state. So we're not disrupting the online services that are in production. What happens is the Hyper-V server will kick off a snapshot of the virtual machines that you're performing a rehearsal on. So essentially you're executing this on a resiliency group level. So this will, let's say I have a resiliency group with just one virtual machine in it. It's going to create a snapshot of that virtual machine. I'm doing right here VM2. Comes online completely. I can go in there, I can check it out, make sure everything is working properly, and then I can call a cleanup process. Again, a one-click operation. Run the cleanup operation. This takes down that virtual machine and literally deletes the snapshot. Okay? That's a rehearsal operation in this set. If I'm dealing with storage replication, whether it be with applications or virtual machines, okay, and check the release notes on this stuff to see what's compatible with what, then the actual snapshot is going to occur in my storage piece. So I have a series of disks in my storage here, a series of disks in storage here, and I'm performing my replication. I'm either replicating my application data or I'm replicating my virtual machines. So I'm just kind of representing both right here. We're replicating the other side. This is my production side. It's online. This is my disaster recovery side. It's offline. And what we do when we kick off a rehearsal is we get a snapshot of our data disk for our application or the virtual machines, and we bring those online at the alternate site. I can check them out, make sure everything is functioning properly, and then I perform my cleanup operation. Again, one click. Cleanup operation brings it offline and removes the snapshot of disks. When we're dealing in our global cluster configuration, we've got my local cluster in New York, my local cluster here in Paris. They're linked together with our global cluster configuration. What we would do is determine which side we want to do our rehearsals on and create a virtual or create a fire drill service group from that. And VCS has a handy script that you can run, designate the global service group that you want to duplicate, and it basically creates a fire drill service group that is a duplicate of this minus networking stuff. And then when you kick off a rehearsal, we're going to come in here. This is going to snapshot my volumes in question, create my snaps here. It's going to deport into or split into a separate disk group, and then we bring this fire drill online. My services are running over here. They're offline over here. And a cleanup operation would deport or shut down the service group and remove the snapshot. And there you have it. That's what a rehearsal is.
Great. Thanks a lot, Wes. We appreciate you taking us through the rehearsals.
Thank you.